Well, being a dancer versus being a choreographer, obviously when you go, as a choreographer, when you go to your own rehearsal, it's kind of like everything's, I feel like my stress level's higher during my own rehearsal. Um, and to be honest, during other people's rehearsals, I'm more relaxed, so it's kind of, not like you feel more relaxed, but then you can kind of have a leeway with goofing off, I guess. Whereas, like, in my rehearsals, I'm like, no, do this. Like, why aren't you listening to me? So I don't know if Leah can agree on that, but it's just, I mean, we're all friends, so it's great to always, I mean, all rehearsals are fun, but I think in my rehearsals I get a little bit more strict and stressed.
I definitely think that the atmosphere is more relaxed because we're understanding each other on a different level. But it's kind of weird when I'm dancing in someone else's piece who's also a senior like myself. I'm trying not to like compare my choreography to theirs.
Yes.
And I think we all do it. Like maybe I'm not like unintentionally fishing for ideas, which is really bad, or being like, hey, that's cool, or I don't think that would fit in mine, and just like really off, like that doesn't make sense. But because we're all around each other so much and sharing our ideas, that I'm constantly like being influenced by everyone else, or just like it's really nice to be a choreographer and then be a dancer in your peers and be like, wow, that's totally different than what I'm doing, and that's very cool.
Senior summer, I think, not only is helping us with our pieces and our choreography and our process and everything, but it's also taking a step further and preparing us for the real world once we graduate. So I really like that because I know the class in the spring, the choreographic process class for Hammer and Nail, is more focused on your piece and on your choreography. And I do enjoy this one, how it's more relaxed, how it's just about us. We're just kind of talking about our show, trying to get things organized for it, talking about the real world. So I like that kind of balance of both of them.
Yeah, well, I really like that we do talk about the real world. What we need to do after we graduate, if you want to be a dancer, a choreographer, an arts administrator, a photographer, like somehow involved in the dance field, maybe physical therapist. But I think the best part about it, the way that the class is being handled, is that it's really a realistic approach. And it is kind of like, you're probably not going to get your first job. You're probably going to mess up, and you're going to think you want to live in California, but you're going to end up living at home with your parents. And the best part about it is that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of these things are okay. Because I think a lot of us are a little intimidated of what's out there, but the class is kind of pulling like me back in and saying, it's okay, no matter what happens.
Yeah, I didn't really know this going into this class, but we run our whole concert, our whole show in December, which is also, I like it. It's fun to kind of have that. You really feel like you're contributing to not only just choreographing it, but we're all contributing to making this happen. So me and a few other girls are in charge of fundraising. So fundraising, we're trying to get it approved, gonna get a food fundraiser in the Hyper just to raise some money for like marketing and flyers and programs. And then what are some of the other committees?
There's, it just shows you what really goes into making a show. We have programming, making programs. We have publicity, like posters and putting them up, and flyering. We have lighting and sound and stage manager for the show. And like I personally am kind of in charge of like when the show happens, like pre the show and post show. Like there will be a reception, and we'll set up photos, and we'll set up things to get to know the dancers, which is another bonus to come. So there's a lot of different aspects of the show, and it is nice that we all get to experience how to do it. All right, so Sarah, I know that as a choreographer, I really play with counts with music, like squeezing as many movements into like 2 counts, using like the different like in between notes and stuff. And I know it's been hard, but has that like been good for you or challenging?
It's been a little challenging, but then again, it's also kind of comforting because coming back to, like, I trained a lot in hip hop prior to modern, so I kind of like that feeling of being like, how quick can I go? How quick can I go? Then, oh, let me release. Oh, let me do this. Let me climb on the floor. Oh, stand up. So I kind of like that sense of, what's the word? Like
Unpredictability?
Unpredictability.
Is that a word? It is now.
But unexpected. So like the audience doesn't expect what'll happen. So it's been a little challenging to try to get all those counts, but it's very fulfilling once I master it.
Well, I enjoy watching you master it. What do you think about this different technique that is influenced by the real Gaga technique? Because you've never...
Right. I had never heard or known about the Gaga technique prior to Leah's piece. And Leah, having her ballet background, I just kind of assumed it was ballet influenced. But I'm very pleasantly surprised that it's very much like you say, they kind of take it in the lens as like a exploring your own body and just finding like, oh, this kind of feels cool or something like that. So I really enjoy it because I love moving like that. I think it's fulfilling, and I'm very, very happy that Leah has explored it as well, because I think she's very versatile. For her to go from taking her ballet technique and then taking this other technique, and the two of them together has created, she's this mover that just can move in so many fantastic ways. So I enjoy learning from her.
Thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome.
I'm glad. The show, the Senior Showcase, title to be announced very soon, is going to be on Sunday, December 11th at the John Waldron Arts Center.
5 p.m. and 7 p.m., correct?
Sure.
The 11th. Just come on the 11th.
Updates
It's going to be
to
great.
come. Updates come.
Come
And
support us. And once we have our food fundraiser, which will most likely be the last week in October and the first week in November, please stop by the Hyper on a Tuesday or Wednesday and buy some baked goods from us or some
Don't wanna
coffee.
miss it.
We
Food.
would
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Food from
It's going to be a good
dancers.
time. Dance for food. We'll dance for food. We should put that sign up.